All right, good afternoon. So we're in this kind of weird transition time that we have every spring. You can see the distinct color where they've grazed and where they are now. And maybe you can see my cross fence. I normally give them, at the height of summer, I'll give them a third of what I'm giving them today. Because we're really trying to keep them from grazing down too hard. And that's why we're also giving them hay. We have way too many square bales, so might as well use them. Get a workout anyway. And we're just skipping like a stone across the farm. Just trying to ease our way into the growth cycle as we head into the flush of spring. So I thought I'd just kind of go one by one since I'm here waiting for the water to fill. You can see they're not happy I moved the line over so they can't get to the water until it fills up. I tried to give them 2 days of water yesterday because it was Easter, and I think I was a little light. They're pretty thirsty right now. Oh. They're fighting right now. So okay, so here's the bull. He's getting pulled out and brought over to the sheep farm. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and by this weekend. So he's doing very well. He's really thickening up. He was a little narrow when we bought him because we bought him young, and he's really starting to come into his own just a hair here. This is Ann's milk cow. She's not having her baby. That's why she looks so hippie like this. She's not having anything until October, or late September, early October. So she's just here to eat and get fat. This is a steer, a yearling steer. This guy right here. He's just a little pissy because his mama had a calf and he doesn't get any more milk. This is, I believe, the first purebred South Pole we got from down south at Greg's. That's going to have a calf. You can kind of see she's getting just a hair wider and her pins are dropping a little bit. This is a steer we're butchering this year, so we're going to take him all the way through the fall flush. We usually get a big flush of really high quality grass in September after the summer cools off. And then we'll butcher him then. South Pole, she's looking a little thin, but again, I pushed him a little yesterday. We gave him lots to eat today. We'll be fine. Red Angus heifer. This girl right here, that's her calf right there. That's an old cow. She's just doing her thing. She's fine. That's a little bull calf. And you can see there's not a real good preference for that hay right now because they got this little bit of grass bite to eat. I'm going to try to find a cow whose pins are dropped so we can kind of show the difference. There's another South Pole. That's a half Red Angus, half British White. So we got these bred heifers from George Heller up north. She came up open last spring, and I had a customer who wanted to eat her, and I said, well, give me a month and let me see what happens. And then that little guy popped out, so that's not happening. And he's learning about the hot fence. Calves will come back. I'm not really worried about him. He's going to want to come back to mom, and he'll come back, and he's learning the hot wire right now. I'm not too concerned about it. Here, you can see on this girl, you see how her pins have dropped a fair bit right there? That is a lady ready to have a calf. So we're just, in case you're seeing this patchy stuff, I bought some cows a few years ago that kind of brought some lice onto my into my herd, and I was really concerned about it a few years ago, and then I just talked to people who have dealt with it, and rather than try to chase it down with an ineffective vaccine, it doesn't seem to be hurting their condition. And they're just, it goes away once it gets hot, so I'm not going to worry about it. So this is where we are. A couple calves, couple early calves, and then I'm guessing we're going to have one or two here this week, and we'll just carry on down the way. but everything's greening up and we're heading into the flush of spring. The sheep, I have all my lambs are spoken for. I have 2 people that kind of bought all of them this year. You know who you are. Thank you for the business and the trust. Be setting up pickup days for those. I do have, if anybody is looking for some 2-wire sheep, is what I call them. I have about 8 ewes that are between 2 and 4 years old that have kind of turned into sheep that need to be kept in with 2 wires. And I'm either going to run them down to the sale barn, or if you're willing to do 2 wires, you know, email us. We'll get in touch and we'll figure out a deal. You know, something to save me from having to drive them to the sale barn. So that's all I have. I hope everyone had a good Easter.